Hello, and welcome to Dark Heresy Underhive Blues. I'm your game master, and here are our players.
Co-radio host Bastard P. Bagman, being played by James, reporting in. Adam, you're up next. It's always you.
Tis I, me, playing the Joren is I. Adam.
I am Russel Stark, otherwise being played by Dolan.
I am Griffin playing Kleber Neuhauser whenever I am not falling asleep.
In today's venue, murder and how to get away with it.
Yes, in fact.
Can I just say that
You are on that point where you are trying to get away with murder.
we don't need to justify it. It's not murder. It was aggressive self-defense.
Aggressive self-defense. Technically, they attacked me first, so yes, it is self-defense.
By the way, for some reason, plasma guns have less pen than hotshot las guns.
Yes.
So we have so we have the one guy left that we
You
probably
have
should
one
talk
guy
to.
tied up and one guy who surrendered.
Okay, so we have two people that we should probably talk to.
You remember
can
there
we
was
start
another
by-
one you saw retreating out the rear.
I believe
Oh
only...
no!
Did anyone actually see him retreating out the rear?
I saw him retreating out the rear. I need to go deal with that guy.
Okay, I asked repeatedly if I had seen anyone else. Alright. Are you going to share it with the party that you saw someone running away?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna go run and grab the plasma gun.
Alright. I think I can make it to this back door.
Okay.
If
Is it just a regular plasma gun?
well, I think before Bagman can make it down the stairs, Joren's gonna make it there first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at the bottom of the stairwell, there's the corpse of the man that you shot, and then the rear exit door.
Yeah, so I'll check to the door.
Go ahead and make me an awareness perception.
Where did that tab go? Oh, did I not actually?
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
As you slide this door open, you hear the distinctive pa-tink of a frag grenade's pin being removed and the handle flying off.
That's an issue.
Yeah,
Run.
make
Nice.
me an agility +0 check.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Whoa!
Okay, so you dive back into the stairwell.
Good.
Thanks to where it fell,
Through this door?
maybe I guess you could dip through that door. Yeah. You dip out that door, and just as you make your way through, as a frag grenade goes off.
Boom.
With the sound effect.
I don't have a sound effect because I can never find good grenade noises.
Okay.
Ow! Ow! My leg!
That doesn't happen.
Okay.
Not really, though.
I'm gonna try and pick
Okay.
up the plasma gun because if I remember rightly, they docked with something.
Yes.
And this.
Okay, we're gonna
This
try
is
and look at
AT.
this door again. Lower this time.
Bagman. The plasma gun is slightly singed. It is now counting as poor craftsmanship.
Okay.
So it is
Not still on fire though, right?
not still on fire. It is until it's repaired, it's going to count as poor craftsmanship and unreliable.
That's fine. That might give it unreliable anyway. So.
Does it? Well,
I
no,
don't think poor craftsmanship
Plasma
actually
gun-
specifies what it does. But
it does.
oh, it does.
So if it's poor quality, it gains unreliable. If it already has this quality, then it jams on any failed hit roll. Plasma guns do not have unreliable as default.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way out,
Okay.
Joren, and there is a cable hanging from this corner of the balcony. You can hear what sounds like it dragging against the rail below, and looking off in the distance, you can see the lights of some sort of vehicle driving up and away over a hill.
Do I have time to try and get a shot off at it?
You can
Long
make a shot, but it will be, what's the range of your,
It's only 60.
Well, I'm about to chuck you
Okay.
a plasma gun, which has 90 range.
Yeah, but I'm
shot
not
will be
gonna-
before you get that. You can take a full aim, though, but it's going to be at extreme range.
Okay. Let's just send a single shot down their way.
Yeah,
Okay,
with the
it's fine.
With the crack, the shot flies clear over. You see a little swerve out of whatever this vehicle is before it disappears over one of the hills into the ashes.
I imagine this is right as Bagman's getting out the back there.
Yes.
Ah, fucking. Damn it. One got away, which
Can I look
might be
at?
a good thing.
It'll be interesting. I want to look at see how this cable's attached.
It looks like it was, it has like a shackle that's gone around one of the verticals of the rail. That's like bolted on.
Oh. So this wasn't like grappled on. This was like attached.
I imagine they just drove up and slapped it on.
They drove up to a moving train, and just casually attached a heavy cable to it.
Or did they toss it to somebody on board and tie it to the?
That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Was there someone on board before this train left?
Actually, as you're inspecting the cable, you notice that it's not just dragging on the end. It appears that someone who's trying to go down the cable got tangled up in it, and their body is being dragged along the railroad track beneath you, leaving sort of a smear.
Yeah.
Well, as funny as it is to just laugh at them, we should probably hold them back up here.
Is there?
Why does it? We have enough
You
bodies already.
suspect they are
Do we
very
need to put
much
the effort in?
dead.
Well, forget it then. I'm gonna get started hucking the rest of the bodies out the back.
We okay.
No,
Before
let's.
you do that. We need to inspect each one to make sure that we know what's on them, who they are, where they came from.
Yeah,
And
but
possibly we should keep a few of them around to prove that there was a fight here.
yeah. There's also investigate. There's
I'm
also
gonna look around and be like, I wonder if there was a fight here.
Well,
And
but
then- and then we
just
also
didn't
have-
say,
and then we
shows
also
that
have-
there was someone.
excuse me. We also have two prisoners that we want to talk to.
Yeah, I should probably get the other guy shackled up as well.
Does anybody else have a pair of manacles or rope or something?
Nope. At least I don't think so.
What about the guys that were in the asleep?
Well, they're still in their rooms.
Apparently, having not woken up, someone should go check on them to see if they're still, alive.
All right, I'm gonna can you bring the train back up, or are you working on it?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this guy. Me and Kleber are gonna bring this guy next to his buddy and like sit him down and I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Just sit him down and just say, "Stay right there. Don't talk until we until we
Give him a firm
yeah,
talking to. You don't
no, okay, don't
sit there and be good.
Well, okay, well, actually, he's sitting there, and I'm going to stand there and watch him, and kind of guard, and, sit down, don't move. I'm going to be right here watching you. And I'm just, I'm basically just, we have some questions for you. And I'm going to use, like, the clothes from his buddy to, like, tie him up to the, I'm going to do, like, the shirt or something from one of his, like a scrap from the shirt from one of his buddies that I'll cut off with my knife and tie him up. Like tie his hands to the railing in a similar way to the manacles.
Better yet, why don't I look around for some shackles or some rope in one of these boxes? Train.
I was
sure there's something.
Yeah, fine. All right. I mean, like, well, I'm gonna do the temporary until I say, like, all right, someone find me some actual shackles, but and an extra set.
Alright, well, I'm going to look around for some restraining gear.
I think Kleber has something to do.
Kleber?
Do I?
Do you?
I do not know. Remember, I kind of fell asleep here.
Can I just clear the rest of the rooms on this upper level of the train to make sure there's no one here?
Sure. You can clear all the unexplored.
What is this room about?
Bunks.
This is just another bunk room?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a kitchen up here?
Can we walk? Sorry. Can those bunk rooms
like
be locked?
Kitchen. Kitchen, like canteen, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy was trying to lock this bedroom in, so...
Can those bedrooms be locked?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna ask that over the intercom. And well, actually, you'll probably know this, but then I'm like, you may clear those. We could use them as holding cells if needed.
Also, could just ask him in person since he'll be 5 meters away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm just gonna ask him and then say yeah. Hey, we could use those as holding cells later.
Use them as holding cells now, if you want them.
Kleber, could you check on the guards to see if they're, alive or drugged or something?
Yeah. And I assume you will direct me as to which room has said guardsman.
Yeah, this one.
This one. I'm actually real quick to Bagman. I'm gonna go. Joren, can you make sure there's nothing in that room? Like nothing other than the beds.
I can do that. Yeah.
Make sure there's, I would just say there's like no weapons or anything in there.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
Clear. Yeah.
So, Kleber, you're going to go into the room with the guardsman? To check on them?
Actually, I'm going with Kleber to make sure
Going
that the
to
guards
rap
know
on the
what's going
door.
You get no response, Kleber.
I will slowly open the door.
You will gently open the door.
Could you go ahead and make me an awareness perception? Joren, you can go ahead and do so as well.
Wow. These are the nice karma rolls that are coming back for us.
Yeah.
You notice there's some sort of haze in the air in this room, Kleber, and you notice that in the far corner of the room, there's some sort of, it looks like a grenade shell or something sitting at the far end.
Gas.
Yep.
Gas.
Well, I'll leave the door open for a minute or two for the haze to clear, and then I will go check and, make sure they still have a pulse and such.
Okay. Do you think that this is just a lingering haze and it sort of drifts out slowly? Entering in, they seem to be okay, but in pretty bad shape. If you had to guess, this was a container of choke gas. But they are very firmly unconscious.
That's good.
That's something. That's.
Me, my expert.
Well, can the door be locked from the outside?
Yes,
Well, this one.
both of them can be.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but whatever.
Maybe these are prisoner cells that they've refitted.
Possibly. Yeah. Can I clear out the empty bunk room to make sure there's nothing problematic in there, and then we can put the 2 guys in there for now.
Griffin? I'm not Griffin, Chris?
What?
Oh, it's got drop. No.
Joren wanted to clear out the secondary bunk room to make sure it's fit for prisoners.
Okay, go ahead and make a security intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Plus 10.
Taking my time with it? Yeah, so 20?
Yep. Everything seems fine.
Yeah. Alright, I'll pass that along.
Did Bagman find any other restraints?
I'll let you know as soon as I do the search for it. I believe it's an awareness check, scrutiny.
I think it would be. This is.
Searching for stuff.
Scrutiny.
I think it would be scrutiny perception.
Scrutiny perception. Alrighty. Modifiers. Being in a train. I assume no modifiers then.
Yes.
No modifiers, no. You can take your time on it for plus 10. Wouldn't it have made a difference?
No, it wouldn't.
What'd you get? I don't see it in my...
Accidentally GM rolled it by mistake.
How do you
failed, and
GM roll a out of the character sheet?
It's its own tab. Far right.
Oh. It just looks like another tab.
Why can I not
Yeah.
click on it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, there we
either
go.
way, I got a 96.
It's a toggle. It's a toggle, not a
Yeah, it just has the same
gotcha.
markdown as a tab, so your brain just ignores it. Anyways, Bagman.
I think I see something in the fire.
Yeah, actually, could you... Okay, I'll say you looked for the restraints first before you, put out the fire.
Oh, did you quick glitch?
Oh, yeah, when searching?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
begin
96.
your search without paying much mind to the fire. Begin searching through boxes and stuff. Eventually,
It's a little bit toasty. Yeah.
you start opening this one up when a thought occurs to the back of your mind, and you turn your head to see a flaming crate of mortar rounds.
Huh.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
those.
no!
Oh yeah, those ones.
Deploy emergency fire suppressants. Deploy emergency fire suppressants. Which I believe is.
GM rolled it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying? I mean, we all know the secret, but
You
okay.
don't.
I mean, the players know.
Yes.
Yes.
As your eyes sort of widen at this flaming mortar crate, oh shit! You sort of clutch at your pendant, and miraculously, it goes out. Just in the nick of time, too. After the fire goes out, one of the mortars slumps over sideways out of the destroyed wooden crate. All of the fire is now gone.
He didn't roll doubles, did he?
No, we wouldn't know.
What are you talking about? You rolled a luck check, actually.
Okay, fine.
I feel like that would be a very good reason to actually have a luck stat.
Anyway, know the restraints.
Yeah, no, I can't find anything, I imagine.
Yeah.
There were no
Alright.
restraints listed on the manifest.
Okay. All right.
And again, they're just uniforms, so you know.
All right. I'll call Joren over and ask for assistance in carrying the prisoners.
I want to search them first.
Okay. That's why I called you for
Useful things to
assistance.
do.
Yeah, I'll help. I'll help. Pat them down.
What role would that be?
Pat down the prisoners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, not just like. Yeah, fills it.
It would be scrutiny perception.
Let's take our time with this, see if we can get it not fucked up.
Yeah, scrutiny perception for both of us.
And then combined
Yeah.
degrees of success.
Okay. And you said regular modifier, no modifiers, or just plus 10 for?
Yeah, since you're taking your time, plus 10.
Yep.
In quite a bit of pain
eh.
still. Hope we get that looked at.
And remember, fate has reset.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. You search them and everything seems good.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's carry them over to the.
Yeah.
To this
You move them
this
over
room.
to the cell.
Yep. I'm keeping. Yep. And I'm gonna chain the one with restraints to one of the bed frames. Oh right, damn it. Is there any sort of like bar or something I could chain him to that doesn't have Is there anything I could retrain them to that's not? That makes them uncomfortable, so that way they, more likely to talk.
That would be an interrogation check, since that would be a step in interrogation.
Okay. That's fellowship, I think, for this case, right?
It would be interrogation fellowship, yes.
Okay. Yeah, just flat or
Flat. They're Imperial Guard beds. It's not like they're that comfortable anyways.
okay, but I mean by that is like in the room is there like a bar that like
yes, but you're trying to figure something that'll be less comfortable than an Imperial Guard bunk.
Okay, so I'm gonna to do the same thing restraint that I did to him to the bar of here. I'm gonna do it to the edge of one of the beds.
Okay.
But make him sit on the ground.
Okay.
No, whatever. You just
no, that would be too mean.
I'm restraining him in the room, more or less.
Yes. More,
Okay.
And then
more or less. Those are two very different things.
yeah.
You just
Yeah, so I'm restraining him in the room, and I'm going to again use since I could have found restraints, use some sort of scraps from the clothing from one of his buddies or something, one of the extra guard uniforms in one of the extra boxes to tie to do the same thing to the other guy and close the room up,
Okay.
and then lock the room.
you should leave someone to watch the door. Make sure
I will remain by the door.
Okay.
Joren.
I wanted to
How
search
long
the
until
bodies.
we intend to question them?
Probably not too long, but let's do some extra. I'm watching in the room.
Oh, you said that you closed the door and locked it.
Oh, isn't there like a window or
No, it's
like a little?
no.
Oh,
You got windows?
I mean, we've
Okay.
established that with the door closed on the other bunk.
Oh, okay. So I will. All right. Door is closed, and I will make sure to say, we'll be back.
Just
We
like
go into-
lean up against his wall and keep an eye on them.
Yeah. So 2 guys in the door. Yeah, I am like directly standing, by the door. Listening in on it, so in case I hear anything.
Okay, go ahead and make me an awareness perception +10.
Oh, at this, right now. Okay.
That will be your ongoing roll. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is there anyone that needs medicing?
Joren technically eventually.
Joren does. I think you do. I think you're.
Joren definitely does. He's not doing okay.
I think
Yeah,
Kleber
Bagman
is-
does too. Yeah. Yeah, I did not get hit once that game. Well, I did get hit, but I didn't get any damage.
I mean,
Oh no,
Joren's
Kleber's fine. I
technically
think
fine.
it's just Joren and Bagman that need.
Yeah, well, but yeah.
Technically fine. I mean, sure, he's in 2 critical damage, but it's not actually problematic.
Fucking let him heal you.
But I want to search the bodies.
Look, I thought you were right here, watching the door.
No, that was what I was suggesting you stand and watch the door.
Oh no, I'm staying by the door, listening to make sure that if I hear anything, I
Sure.
can.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go search the bodies to see if there's any identifying marks, orders, packets of information, convenient data slates to tell me who they work for, that kind of stuff. Possibly even, if I'm very lucky, some paperwork.
Yeah, this would be a scrutiny perception.
I'm just going through all the bodies. And finding jack shit.
So digging your way through, you don't find much. No insignia, no orders. You think maybe for a second you have found something. You see like the edge of what looks like a notebook, but it's in one of the corpses that's been burned, and you pull it out and it's all just burnt paper.
Joren cries a bit.
Oh.
Burnt paper is very sad. Think about how many things it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been used toilet paper.
Well, I was going to specifically search up and down the plasma gunner because he seemed like he was in charge.
I'll go ahead and make that roll.
Another scrutiny? And
Yep.
no modifiers to this, right?
If you're taking your time, plus 10.
It is.
Looking up and down him at first, you don't find any, no dog tags, nothing like that. But then a thought occurs to you as you sort of scratch the back of your neck and feel the marks from the identification number that was tattooed on the back of your head.
Hmm.
And begin looking at what skin is around still that wasn't burnt. And you do find a tattoo. It's some sort of, it looks almost like a tribal marking. It's the image of some sort of canid animal with a skull in its jaw.
Do I recognize this one? Underworld and so on.
I'll let you roll Underworld at -10.
Underworld minus. I'll use a fate point. Why not?
Get 1 degree of success.
That's right.
It's way back there from sort of the time that you first arrived on this planet. But, you believe that is the gang symbol of the Ash Wanderers. Whether they're a gang or a tribe or a myth is debated a lot, but you definitely know the real. However, the rest of what they're wearing is not gang material. I can say that. So either the gang's really gotten an upgrade, or this is an ex-ganger.
Okay. They're either being, my guess is that they're being funded by one of those houses, or this guy was just recruited. But I'm not sure. Can I check the other bodies for a similar marking?
Yeah, you check over the other bodies, and 2 more of them have it, but the rest do not, or have been damaged in a way that you can't see it.
Got it. Okay. Oh, and one last thing. Was there any spare magazines for the plasma gun?
Nope.
Okay, makes sense.
So it's fired 2 shots, I believe. So mark that down.
2 shots? Well, it's still got 38 remaining. Right,
So
I'll
the
keep that on
equipment,
me.
the equipment that these guys had, was it like IG flak armor and IG las guns, or was it different?
It is flak armor, but it is an unusual pattern. You are used to, and so are the actual las guns themselves. You're used to sort of the local patterns of las guns and flak armor, as well as the more common Cadian patterns. These patterns of armor are less familiar.
I'm gonna get the picked and the auspex back from Bagman.
Alright. I keep the plasma gun. Make your pick, paper boy. Tools or weapons? Tools or weapons?
Yeah. You can keep the plasma.
Yeah.
Good thing, Magic Man.
Let me see. By the way, what's in the boxes on the second level of the train as opposed to the first level?
On the second level, these are, it appears to be more of the same, really. Just various bits and bobs of supply and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just seems like more storage space.
Okay, cool. Who's gonna do the interrogation?
It's actually interrogation checks, so probably not. Probably probably not me because I don't have anything interrogation.
Does anyone?
I can scare him, but I don't know if I'll get any information in the process.
Yeah, if you scare him too much, then you'll just make him clam up. But I mean, between I'm watching the door. I'm watching the door. I at least there to be, in the corner to be another person to help. So
I guess it's probably gonna have to be Joren then.
yeah, Joren and me.
I'll certainly give you a hand if you need it.
Might as well.
Yeah, and I'll just. I mean, well, okay. Here's my plan. You guys go in. I'm gonna let you guys in, and I'm gonna close the door. So that way they can't. Oh yeah, because they're tied up. They shouldn't be able to. Yeah. Plus,
I mean, so if they try and jump us, someone can punch him. Oh, I should get medical attention before that happens, though.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm fine. So yeah. Do I hear anything on the other side of the door?
Oh, Kleber stepped out, right?
You
So
have
we can
not
do that
so
now.
far. Yeah, we'll go ahead and wait until Griffin is returned.
I think probably beforehand, Joren is gonna try and get Bagman to help him, like, drag all the bodies into, like, one central area.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, what's the plan with these? You just want to throw them off the edge? I don't think
maybe,
anyone
like,
will find
in
them.
the middle somewhere.
Alright. Yeah.
Just collect them
maybe
all
not.
in one place, and we'll figure out what to do.
I'm gonna make sure they're not by the mortar shells. Because if we plan to do a hasty cremation, I don't want that anywhere near demolitions, explosives, munitions.
Okay.
Alternatively, we could just put the mortar shells all over them and then set them on fire.
Remember, we're supposed to be protecting the cargo?
Are we? I thought we were supposed to be stealing the cargo.
No, we're protecting it from being stolen.
Can't we do both? I mean, if it's with us, it's the safest it's ever going to be.
No. Protecting the cargo and stealing the cargo are not are mutually exclusive objectives.
Okay, well, what if, as I'm juggling mortar shells, some of the cargo go missing?
That's
Like,
exactly
obviously-
what we're here to stop.
Fine. Fine. No more complaints.
However, of course, only the cargo is a concern, and it's going to start rifling through the pockets of the gangers.
You don't need a form for looting it. You know what? I'm not even going to bring it up. And I'm going to help.
About a minute into you looting, you're handed a piece of paper from Joren.
Oh, you
Yeah.
cheeky little. Oh gosh, what's this say?
At the top, it's form for the claiming and taxation of legitimate salvage.
And you're
There's a
exempt from
list
this?
and then a values column and everything. It has your name at the bottom filled out, and that's it.
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm just going to shove that into my back pocket with pretty much everything else that you've handed me, which I think was something for medical practice. I don't remember. Oh, yes, it was the blood tax for bleeding on imperial property.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll fill it out later.
Okay.
Just two birdies looting dead people. There we go.
Joren is primarily making a stack of las guns and power packs and everything else. I'm assuming the las guns are also an odd pattern.
Yeah, the las guns are not a pattern you are immediately familiar with. If you have, you could. What knowledge skills do you have? You could roll Administratum at -20, to maybe identify them. Huh? You recognize them as Ryza pattern las guns.
Ryza. What do I know about Ryza?
Did Griff have to go flip the breaker again or something?
Oh, I'm not sure what he had to do.
Oh, I see.
So there's at least 10 people that attacked it. They came and went to place some marked as members. What was the gang that they were a part of?
Ash Wanderers. They're kind of like a tribe, kind of like a gang. Something in between the two. A little bit of organized crime, a little bit of wandering the wastes. I don't know why they want to spend their time out there, but, you know, to each their own. Funny thing was is that their gear didn't line up with what they typically had, so maybe they were all the same gang, but not all of them had the tattoo.
Who's worse off?
Joren.
Let's see. So you are heavily damaged with 2 crit
Critically
damage.
damaged. Yeah.
Med kit. I will just fate that.
Why is that? Oh, right. I'm critically damaged.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Chris, what do I know about Ryza?
It's a forge world.
Where is it? Is it nearby? Is it far away? Is it associated with any significant population areas? Is
It's
it the local forge world? Like,
it's in
Is it a well-known Forge world?
what?
Is it a well-known Forge world? Or
It's a
is it
pretty
one-
well-known
what-
forge world. It's in Segmentum Ultima. They
Which segment?
it used to be they used to be one of the biggest Forge Worlds production before the sort of standardization of Cadian pattern for the Imperial Guard. The Ryzen pattern was one of the it was like between the Cantrell pattern Lasgun, which is the Cadian pattern one.
yeah.
The Ryza, Galaxy, and Mars pattern lasguns were the sort of most common. You know that the Ryza pattern still is traded around pretty commonly. You hear it's popular among like rogue traders and stuff.
Hmm.
It's strange because it's not really. It's less a las rifle, more an overgrown las gun, las pistol.
It's like a carbine.
Yeah,
All right.
I put a picture of it in Mission Ops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had that channel. Do we have? I'm sorry, but what segmentum is Arcana? And again, I know you went over this during session 0, but I forgot.
It's in.
Checks notes.
Now the problem is I know which one it's in, but I can't actually remember the name of it. It's the
Is it
North
same
one.
as the- Oh, either Gothic or
No, Gothic's a sector.
oh, the Gothic sector in I don't know.
Yeah, because Battlefleet Gothic is the Battlefleet of the Gothic sector. Segmentums are, like a quarter of the galaxy. And then, Terra has its own segmentum, I think. But
Ultima,
Either way, is it near
Ultima
the?
is the northern one. It's like the northern, like most
I thought
of it.
Ultima was the...
Tempestus.
No, Ultima's the west one. The east one, sorry.
What's that? No, that's Tempestus.
No,
I thought it was
I think-
Ultima because it was the big one.
Segmentum Ultima is in the Galactic East.
Either way, is the lasgun manufactured far from here?
Pretty full, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Segmentum
Obscurus
Obscurus
is what we're
is
in?
the north one, yeah.
Great. So Joren, you heal for 8.
Wonderful.
And then it
DM roll
was.
that?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm not getting that
Okay.
roll.
That is the dedicated healer from being Kyurgen.
Oh,
Oh,
so you used
spent
a
the
fate
fate
point
to-
instead of roll to do a
Yeah,
trait?
fate to automatically pass with my intelligence bonus degrees of
Neat.
success.
Nice. So 8, you said?
Yes.
Who
Nice,
the
so
hell
that's
made
12.
that map that you just shared?
It was the thing. 1 second.
That
the
map is
in my brain.
terrible.
Okay. And that was what happened when I googled Segmentum and went to the 40k wiki, the fandom one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
don't
just...
use Fandom.
Every
Fandom's
single
okay.
map of the Imperium besides that one puts the Galactic North to the north, or to the top of the map, which I know is arbitrary, but still.
Oh my god, you're right. Like the compass thing in the corner.
Yeah.
God, that's stupid.
Oh, it's the
That is
Oh,
a 2 updated map because that's after the Psychiatrix Maledictum. But at least it's a good map.
Bastard P. Bagman, what is your medical state?
I believe I'm lightly wounded. What's the qualifier for that? Is it 2 times toughness? The lightly damaged threshold.
So, did the Agrippina?
Part of Obscura next to Gothic, I think.
Lightly
Well, it's
damaged is
decaying,
equal
so-
to or less than twice your toughness bonus.
I am lightly damaged.
And you heal 9.
I am at full health.
Hell.
Thank you, Doctor. All right as rain.
Good, now keep it that way.
No promises.
God, of course.
We are in a train full of munitions, so there is something that could always go wrong.
Yes, because
At that point, that's not my concern.
I mean, okay, adding that, it's Rainfall Munitions and Bagman.
Combining the two often has unexpected results. But yeah, seriously though, if that crate of mortars that's downstairs were to go off, you'd likely see that chain react into something else in this train, then we're in a goddamn tinderbox as it's about to cook off.
Yeah. So my suggestion. Yeah. All right. Are you guys ready for interrogating? For some interrogation.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna. Yep. So as I see you guys after all this medical checks, and I see you guys coming towards your way, I asked the characters that, and I'm like, all right. So I'll unlock the door. Still holding it shut, or still holding it shut until you guys are ready to go in, and I'll open the door.
I will be outside, in between the two doors here.
I'll slide the door open, and let Bagman and Joren.
Okay. You let them in.
Hello.
Okay, who's gonna talk first?
I imagine you're asking them that.
Mm-hmm.
They both look at you, sort of blankly.
Oh boy.
So
Look,
we have
we
to-
really only need one of you. So which one of you is going to talk, and which one of you is going to end up out the back of the train? Who's going to draw a last pistol?
Make
There
an
is a handy
intimidation
dandy
check.
cable right there that's keel hauling everyone, by the way.
Intimidation strength or willpower? Apparently, the two options. I'll just go this way. It's fine.
Oh, that roll's not coming up for me. There we go. They just sort of look at each other and that the best you can do, tech boy?
Tech boy? He's gonna go on a long tirade about how inferior tech priests are to Administratum scribes.
Oh god, he set him off.
I hear that and I'm like, thanks for that, asshole.
Form for slander of an administratum official. Form for insulting an administratum official. Form for insulting the administratum at large.
I wasn't calling Joren the asshole. I was calling the guards.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. All right.
This goes on for a while.
Bagman is waiting, exceedingly patiently.
We finally reached the end of it, which is probably about halfway through it. We switched to High Gothic for a while.
Oh, you speak High Gothic.
How long would this entire tirade be?
At least 10 minutes, possibly closer to 20.
Well, at about 5 minutes, Kleber's coming in.
I go like a Kleber. It's like,
Joren's just pacing back and forth, yelling at them.
give it to Kleber. And let him finish.
I'm gonna put one of the obscure doses in the injector
No.
and try to inject him.
No!
Him being Joren or him being the prisoner?
Joren.
Oh boy.
Oh. Why does everyone want to stick everyone with needles all the time? Why? Bunch of goddamn weirdos.
This is not going to help the interrogation. Oh well. Roll for your attack.
Yeah.
Any modifiers?
Alright, it's just, it's a weapon skill check. Oh, I guess you could do a half aim.
Well, that would
What?
just give me an additional degree, so...
Why is our first response to one of us getting upset morphine? Like...
Can I attempt to dodge?
I think
I
you'd
mean,
be
I'm
an
taking-
awareness perception to see it coming.
8.
Probably
plus-
probably minus this.
With the bonus from the, augury
right.
ray.
Oh yeah.
It detects malicious intent.
It detects
Yeah.
movement behind me.
Yeah, it's but remember, it's success plus 3 degrees of success, so 4 degrees of success that you're.
Well, yeah. I'm just double checking. I think Argo. Well, we have to detect it first.
Yeah.
Argo Ray is just plus 20. God,
Okay,
we could
so
have
you
used
do get
that
a
roll for the
dodge.
next one. Do I get any bonuses for the dodge for that roll?
No.
Okay. It's okay.
It's okay. What do you do? He's like,
Yeah.
what is your response?
man comes at you with a needle.
Let's see. What is going to be the response? Can he smack the needle out of his hand?
It's a crit success, I'll allow it.
Smacks the hand, lets it falls on the floor. That was very rude. You're now getting a 10-minute lecture.
I'm like,
The
you know
target
what?
is
I'm gonna
shifted.
do this my way. I'm gonna grab the guy with the cuffs.
Okay.
I'm also starting to print out paperwork for attack on an inquisitorial representative.
By an Inquisitor.
Whether he actually mentions this out loud in the rant. Hold on, is there a roll I can make for that?
Willpower?
Does he accidentally mention that you attacked an inquisitorial agent in his rant about trying to stab him with a needle?
Probably, I would say at this point, knowing Jordan. This isn't against you, Adam. This is against Jordan. Jordan does have a slight bit of arrogance, I think, or
Yeah.
ego / arrogance. So I would say maybe
that's the
that.
way to say it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say I would say as a narrative, I'd find it cool, but
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm just gonna roll this and see what happens. Yeah.
Roll-
Oh, he definitely mentioned it.
Immediately. So, Bagman, as you're dragging this prisoner out, Joren has turned to Kleber and is like, "You fucking idiot! You've just attacked someone with the Inquisition!"
Okay, as I see him dragging out, I must
Assault on
say-
an inquisitorial agent, even by a colleague, is still an offense. There's now paper being printed out. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Bagman, you are dragging him down the hallway.
I am dragging him to the back of the chain.
As I say, as I see him, I'm gonna say, hey, if I see, if you throw him off the plane, grab the cuffs first.
If I send him off the edge, I'll cut his hands off. How about that?
That's okay with me. I just want my cuffs back, my manacles back,
Mm-hmm.
and I just see you on your merry way.
So I've got my chainsword in one hand and the prisoner in front of me, holding like by the manacles. And I'm directing him to the front of the train. Sorry, the back of the train.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, while my colleagues are intending to interrogate you, I mostly just want to murder you here. Now, I do have to ask some questions first, which I guess you could conceive as an interrogation. But look, if you're on good behavior, I might just let you off. How's that sound to you?
Go ahead and roll me an interrogation. You get plus 20. He's going to get negatives to his willpower.
Perfect. Oh, while I was dragging him out there, does this guy have the tattoo?
Yes, he does.
Cool.
Ooh.
Interrogation, willpower based, I imagine.
Yes.
Is it plus 20? Oh, wait.
And he...
It's a very simple question. I don't know which is quite worse for you. I can cut off your hands and remove your shoes. You can try and make your way back to wherever you want to go without shoes on in a desert. It's not a pleasant experience. Walking on like 5 foot of sand is painful at that point. Now, do you want to do that or do you want to go back in the cell? Those are your two options. No hands, no shoes, or a cell. Plus the drop. I don't know if you'll survive that, but hey, you can always give it a go. Great interrogation. I haven't actually asked any questions yet.
What was that?
Is my Discord just filtering out the noise?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, if you were saying something, I didn't hear it.
Fuck you, Discord. Okay.
You can turn off noise suppression.
No, I have noise suppression turned off. Discord just also likes... Discord does noise suppression even with noise suppression turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But it can't stop a fan, but it can stop human voices. Because Discord.
Okay, either way. Was it just like a grunting sound you were trying to make?
Wonderful! You know how to speak. Well, I'll give you points for trying, rather. So, simple questions. What were you here to steal?
This is Chris delaying, not...
Well, in the meantime, I'm holding him against... I imagine this is like rail height? Waist height rail? Was it a full cage?
It's like waist height railing.
Yeah, I'm having him pressed against that, so he's leaning a little bit.
Heavy
Not much,
bolters,
just enough.
ammo, and
Munitions, armaments, all that junk. Anything specifically Intriguing. Heavy bolter, sure, nice. But, you know, are you stealing a tank? Are you stealing a Valkyrie? Have you stolen a Valkyrie before?
This is my first time out.
First timer, I see. Well, you didn't do a very good job, and you might make it out of this alive. We all have a close shave every once in a while. So, tell me, who was it that you were working for? Someone up top? Your own personal interest? Look, they say don't betray your employer, but, looking over the edge of the train, I don't think you've got long left to live if you don't sell them out. You can make it out of that sort of thing, but I'd recommend getting off planet afterward. Who was it that sent you? Anyone talk about them? What they wanted? Other than what you're here to steal, but a goal in mind. Talk to me, fella. I'm the one guy who's gonna save you. Plus, Lord knows, gravity ain't gonna. Is he adding, I think?
Donk.
The guy's name is Manalus Danica.
Manalus Danica. Sounds like an interesting fella. Can you tell me about him, other than a name which you may have just pulled out of nowhere?
There's a on the outskirts of the spaceport, outside the walls of Hive Quintus, there's a boy called the Quintus Gate. He owns it, and he charges tolls on people coming in and out of the city.
That's who he is. He's a barman. Or he owns a bar.
It's not a barman.
Hmm.
He's been, well, we were paid and told to him.
Paid in toll to him. Your services?
Well,
Your lives?
we got in a fight with a Red Jackal road convoy, and were taken prisoner, and instead of trying to ransom us, they just gave us to him to pay for the way into the city.
So you got sold into working for this guy. Is he the fellow who quicked you out with all his fancy armor?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And he sent you to come to this train?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
No?
Is he lying?
You don't think so? But go ahead and roll me, a scrutiny fellowship at +10.
Scrutiny fellowship. Ooh, good rolls.
He is not lying.
Well, I did want to hear what you sounded like when you screamed and fell off the bank, but you've been very helpful. So we'll take you back for now. You won't be kissing the ground anytime soon. Give him a little pat on the shoulder. Say, question for you. Natural question. Back of your head, symbol. Where are you from? You're the, Ash Wanderers, right? Is that all of you?
Could you repeat the question?
I'm asking him about his, back of his head, the tattoo. If he's part of the Ash Wanderers. This is as we're walking back to the interrogation room.
Used to be.
Oh, right. Red Jackal thing what happened? Yeah, sorry about that. Gang warfare can get pretty messy. How are they doing these days, down in the wastes? I never really understood how you could stand all the gas and the smoke and the smog. And the sand.
That's where we
It's
came
everywhere.
from.
Jams up everything. Where you came from? Oh shit, you live down there. Huh. Well, more power to you. And yeah, I'm just going to keep asking him and making light conversation about gangs as if nothing has happened. And I'm going to bring him back in.
You probably come back to Joren still like chewing out Kleber.
Yeah. I can hear it from a distance, like, ah, yes, they're still going.
As I see Bagman come back with our prisoner, whose name I do not know. I'm gonna see him say, I'm guessing you had a nice talk with him.
Yeah, Shackle Boy still has his hands.
Good. Throw him in. I mean, bring him. You know what to do, and I bring him back to the. And I step aside to let Bagman back in to the room.
Alrighty. Now's the part where we cross-reference the story.
Yep.
Okay. Prisoner number 2. I'm just going to ask him right in here in this room. So, your friend already spilled the beans. I imagine this is under the noise of Joren. So your friend already spilled the beans. I kind of know what's happening. I just want you to confirm the story. If you don't want to, I can throw you off the back of the train and we can have a jolly old time with the one guy remaining here. Other than that, don't see a lot of options for you, mate. So, you can whisper to me real quick. He's going to sit in the corner there and not worry about it. Joren's going to keep on yabbering. Give me the, could you get me the TLDR, shortened version of it?
Go ahead and make an interrogation check at +0.
Mm-hmm.
And this is interrogation fellowship.
Oh, fellowship. Ah, that makes sense, yeah.
He seems to consider his options for a second.
By the way, out of character, did any of them like flinch when I mentioned Inquisition?
It was hard to tell.
Okay. Did I notice anything when you said it?
No.
Okay.
You notice a man being dragged out of a carriage.
Yeah. I noticed. Yeah, the drag of the carriage and yeah.
If he told you of Daniku, I have nothing else to say.
You told me of Daniku, he has nothing else to say. Yeah, where do we find that guy? Danica.
Boy.
Bar by wall. Cool. You gonna fill in any other gaps?
No.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
I say over the vocal beats.
Hands
Bring them
time.
to the edge. Bring them to the
Hands
edge.
time. Hands time. It's time for hands. I already have one arm. I need two more. Time to go do something terrible.
Yeah. So you grab him and begin dragging him out.
Yeah. Dragging him back to the same spot.
I'll go ahead and make another interrogation willpower check.
Sure thing.
Plus 20.
By the way, how are the guardsmen? Are they like waking up at all, stirring?
They
Flip
still
that roll
seem.
over just to be safe.
No. I'll tell you everything. No.
Oh, well, let's hope you're more informed, because if you want to give me information, you've got to give me something I don't already have.
Donica, hires us out. He, recently, new big client, lots of money, gave us new armor, stealing lots from the train, lots of heavy equipment and, ordnance and, yeah, he, we always end up dropping it off at a site out in the wastes, handed over to some odd individuals. They look like bankers.
Administratum fellows for the financial district?
No, not Administratum. Like loan sharks. Oh, fancy, but not that fancy.
This ain't at the bar, this is somewhere else.
Yes, it's different places depending on which train. Always within a couple hours of the city, but yeah.
I'll pull out like a little notebook. Alrighty. Where are you going for this drop off?
Donica tells us after we get the merchandise.
Right. Well, I might just have to pay Donica a visit and ask him some questions. Tell me, I know that you're an indentured servant of Donica's. Do you think there'll be any bargaining power whatsoever in bringing you back to him? Answer honestly.
He
I'm gonna let you know out of character, Chris. It's not gonna matter what he answers.
No, he doesn't want me. I mean, please don't kill me.
Yeah, this is the part that used to make my stomach churn. Used to being the key word there. To be honest, over many years, and a lifetime ago. Whatever. Time for expedition is not nigh. I'm gonna take out the chainsword. If I still have him by the grasp, I'm gonna cut up the chainsword through his hands, so that they're still in the binding, and push him over the edge.
Wait. I know where money is.
It's a shame. I'm not waiting.
that, you rev the chainsword and sever his forearms as he falls with a scream. To the surface below.
How far is this for?
A little, like 15 meters. 18. I'd call it 20 meters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to take 5 minutes to chill out the back here. I'll rejoin the group in a bit once Joren's calmed down.
If you can only come back with one person, he's going to ask you what happened to the other one.
I'm just going to hold up my left hand, which has some rag bindings and 2 hands in it.
Ugh.
Well, we got all the information that we needed.
What information is that? I'm guessing you relay all the information you were told.
Our next lead. Being confirmed, so pretty much the only place that we can head to next that I can think of. There's a fellow named Danica. Malachus Danica? Yeah. At a spaceport outside the walls of Hive Quintus. There's a bar. It's called the Quintus Gate. We should try there next.
Okay, so we need to figure out what to do. Yeah, 1 second, I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Considering it's the Quintus Gate is the bar's name, and gates can be crashed, we could go gate crashing the Quintus's gate?
I'd say at least a visit is in order.
Well, we could do a visit or we can kick the door down. Although it might be the case of, considering this guy is able to actually take tolls from the Red Jackals, yeah, he's probably not going to be someone who's a complete pushover. However, we could walk in there with 2 ultimatums, if we're able to get hold of those, of course. One is a bomb, other is a tracking beacon for artillery. It's outside the gates, and we say, hey, fire on this location. Don't ask questions. We may be able to just use that as some kind of efficient ultimatum. Of course, we can try and bluff it, but I recommend actually getting a real thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a great idea. If you want to not,
I'm going to go ahead and propose that we take a break now. Feel free to discuss over it. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Everything okay?
It's just the right point for it.
It's just the right point for it.
Nice.
Okay. I think the first thing we need to figure out what to do is what are we going to do about the... Okay. Actually...
The first acquire artillery.
The first question that needs to be answered is, like, what we want. Do we want to basically be here when the guardsmen wake up? Do we want to just be gone and leave a bunch of bodies? Do we want to be gone and have no bodies left? Do we want to, like, what do we want to have effectively be our story of what happened and what is our involvement?
Are there any pict recorders on the train?
We have one.
I think he needs
other than that one.
Maybe.
Not that you have seen.
Well, sounds to me like we avoid the issue.
Well, I mean, there is some benefit to just being here when they wake up and saying, this is what happened, yada, 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 yada. Like, I can see the benefit. I can see that there is an argument argument for that being that what we do. I think I'm just too tired to make that argument. That's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and see them, make sure they're okay, and
I
explain.
think it would be better for everyone if we chuck the bodies out the back, clean up most of the mess, and move on. No questions asked. It'll be kind of hard to get all the blood off, but there's no way of hiding the fight. More so just making it look like the business was concluded, which I think would probably be enough. It would keep our informant protected. And that we wouldn't get involved any further. The only thing we have to do is move on from here, so let's not leave a trail to us.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we want to leave the bodies.
Why so?
I mean, the guardsmen already know they got choked out.
They know they. We don't necessarily know what they are. Leaving the this could be like what happens every time, and they just think they slept through the whole train ride, and they don't know that they got knocked out.
Well, from the way it sounded like it, they robbed the train, moved on, and left it just as it was when they found it. Steal very specific items, then they know where they are.
Yeah, so my reasoning for leaving the bodies is that it would alert, it should alert guard command that something is actually happening on the trains, and that they should be having more security on the trains and actually protecting their cargo more effectively. Which would hopefully stop the theft problem.
Theft problem won't happen again for a while, and by the time that happens, I think we would have solved the issue permanently.
Yeah. And so that will, depending on what our actual mission brief is, possibly just go at least a way to stopping the thefts from happening from the train. At the very least.
If they tighten up security. Yeah.
And if nothing does happen, if it gets just covered up completely and nothing changes, then we know that there's more traders in the guard base, and we can deal with that.
Okay, so you leave it out to see what happens in the debate. That'll be, months in the making. But it is going to raise the question of who killed who. People are going to be asking, because,
so,
the guard were knocked out, then who the hell killed everyone?
We could try and stage the bodies to look like they had a fight over the cargo or something. I mean, okay. In game, how much does a hotshot round look like a normal las wound?
The wound itself would probably be indistinguishable, but like the marks that it leaves on the armor and like the like if it's through and through, like the impact marks on the walls, those are less indistinguishable.
Well,
okay, so it's pretty clear that there was a flamer and a hotshot involved that are no longer here.
Which could definitely be from another gang. However, it would be incredibly suspicious if another gang boarding the same train didn't steal anything.
I was thinking we stage it as if this gang had a fight amongst themselves and the survivors ran for it.
Or there was a scuffle and one gang won. Oh, one side of the gang won. If we steal stuff, it will help our cover. That's what I'm saying.
I have to agree on that.
I think the only way they would help the cover is if we were stealing component parts, not whole items.
Well, they stole whole items if they were small enough.
No, they
you
only
can't
stole.
heist the tank.
They stole parts of items for everything except the Valkyrie, I think.
Are you sure about that? I thought they stole whole plasma cannons. Or
My
autocannons.
impression.
No.
My impression was that they stole parts of everything, except maybe like because
I
they
know
didn't
stole
care about.
parts of vehicles. I know there were a couple of grenades missing here and there. You can't
Okay,
exactly disassemble a grenade.
You can.
Well,
Let me see if I can. Let's see. Hold on.
there's not exactly much.
Okay,
point.
so let's see.
There'll be a
Missing
few
tank-
missing in every
second.
box.
Yeah, the grenades would be a couple missing.
So what it's saying is, all shipments over about 50 will have enough missing parts to assemble at least one.
Mm-hmm.
That's again. This is talking about missing parts.
Mm.
They were missing crack grenades, yes,
Mm.
and that was the latest shipment was crack grenades.
Over 50. No, he was talking about bulk stuff overall, like the whole order. This is one
Yeah.
train. This is only part of their order. So let's say they get 50.
No, I think this train is one order.
You sure it's not part of one?
So like if there was over
think
about
that
50 of something, then they would be missing.
Yeah, well.
So again, I think that we can and again, it would only
Do we
could
want to be
take-
that subtle? I mean, the whole point was that operation was subtle. We've already blown the subtlety if there was a scuffle.
But again, we were trying to indicate that this is the same group as before.
And I'm
Would
saying
they
the same group
change-
as before would steal more if they knew their cover was blown and they had no way of covering it up. I mean, why bother? The whole point was that no one knew you were stealing stuff. Leave a whole bunch of bodies on the train, you might as well take everything you can.
I mean,
At the very least, we could. At the very least, it might be worth it to at least take some random components and throw it overboard. If not, at least to throw it overboard, and then mark the location somewhere that's like, hey, pick these up here. So even if like we're not taking for personal use, at least they're missing.
we're trying to determine
How noble.
what the issue that we're trying to figure out is how to implicate that this is the same group as before, not just a random like this train happened to be hit by some wastelanders, but that prove that this is actually a pattern that's been happening, and here's the bodies as proof that they've been trying to steal stuff.
Then leave the bodies of the guardsmen. Maybe a falsified or note from somebody saying, "Hey, steal this shit."
Disassembly instructions, maybe.
Yeah, disassembly instructions plus
Not a bad
maybe
idea.
disassembly instructions plus maybe a note from, just saying from, not necessarily implicating like, hey, this is whatever the name of has already escaped me of the order, but like, hey, person in charge, steal, here's the disassembly instructions for the parts I requested.
Or we could
Do
ask
not-
the guy what he was looking for. Steal the exact same stuff. Anything we can't keep on us, we throw overboard. Simple.
He said heavy bolters and ammo, I believe
Yep,
is what he said.
heavy bolters
Yeah.
and ammunition.
Yeah, so just throw them overboard. Make a note saying where we threw it overboard, and just saying, hey, you just when we turn in a report saying, parts that that we threw overboard, can be found at location at this at these coordinates.
Well,
None of
if
us
you
have
really
a
want to,
word
you
for
could put the disassembly instructions on the note as well as the airdrop location. Make it sound as if it's supposed to be thrown overboard then picked up later.
Yeah, that could work.
I don't think that's I don't know if that's what we want to.
Well, either way, like I think
that's
that
the-
whatever we do, like I think at the very least disassembly instructions on one of the bodies, as well as instructions like a parts list of, hey, steal like the receiver from a bolt gun, the handle from from the flamer. Steal the primers from X amount of grenades, stuff like that, and just leave that in the
NATO
note.
for the
Leave that in
first
the
time since
pocket,
it was
the coat pocket of one
established
of
back
the people. One of the bodies we leave because we leave behind.
Okay, so we leave a note on a body that basically is just saying, I think it's as simple as
Save the shopping list.
I think it's as simple as bring back 3 heavy bolters. Here's the disassembling instructions. Don't take more than 1 part from each. I don't think we need to say and then drop it here and then do this and then do that and then do that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, sign so and so.
Yeah, skip those last bits.
Signed.
Sign so and so. Refer to the bar outside the wall at these coordinates.
Well, I wasn't saying I wasn't saying specifically call someone out. I was just saying, hey, we leave like the orderer or like the customer or the hacker.
I don't think it. I don't know if it would matter. I almost imagine. I think that we want to just keep it simpler than that,
Keep it simpler. They wouldn't put a name on it. That would just be dumb.
Okay, then we don't need to worry about that. We'll just
shopping list.
It's a shopping list.
Avocados, munitions, ham. Standard stuff you find at Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart stopped selling ammo apparently. Just anyway.
Not profitable.
I don't know. Maybe they got too much flack about the back to school special on guns.
That's scuffed.
So
anyway, either way, just having some sort of recommendation on that would be
okay. So let's try and put some of the bodies maybe back where they're found.
They're all where I found them.
No, we moved them all into the middle. Remember, we centralized all the bodies.
Yeah.
So kind of distribute them back out a little bit.
Yeah, I'll put them back where I found them. Plasma gunner to the plasma gunner spot.
I mean, I wouldn't worry about trying to pull one up on top of a container, but just kind of distribute them around somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep are we keeping? What are we doing with the last guy who's surviving? Are we letting him?
Yeah,
no.
We need him.
We're taking him with us?
That's the plan. Yeah, he'll get us through the front door. He'll explain how we can talk to Mr. Man if we want to do this diplomatic rather than just dropping artillery on him.
Yeah. If we want to do just
okay.
I mean, I agree.
It's either that or we walk into a location we don't know with people we can't trust.
We're doing that already. Just this time we're bringing a prisoner.
Oh yeah, but we get a little bit of briefing on it. It's like, oh, do you have to knock twice on a door to get in? How do you arrange a meeting with the boss?
Yeah, it's like is it like speakeasy or like, hey, you do a pat?
It's either that or you trust me to do it, Dan.
Yeah, I
mean, I can talk my way in there, maybe, potentially.
Yeah. No, let's not. No offense, Bagman, but
I can talk my way in there just fine. I am taking offense. However, this is a better plan.
Actually, from previous experience, I could see you doing okay. Because I've seen you. You talked your way into a fight. You turned a fight into a diplomatic.
Talking your way into a fight is not that hard.
Fine. You talked your way out. You talked your way
clear.
You talked your way out after a fight to be pretty
Yeah.
To be beneficial to us. So.
Yeah, and I believe, is that her sitting in the room next to us?
Yeah.
It should be, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, out of character. Entirely out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Does Bagman steal her sword?
Gut-wrenching pain. Oh, it's right there. Oh my! I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh no.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Don't worry about it. He's scribbling in his notebook, trying to find some wire.
All right, I'm going. All right. So the plan. All right. Sorry, what was the All right, the plan.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Brain working would be good. Gonna redistribute the bodies. We are going to okay, should I roll forging to write the note?
Yeah, I'd say it'd be forgery.
Chris?
Let me write it. It'll be genuine. Or look
Sure.
genuine.
What's the question?
To
we're
create the note. Fake note.
What fake now?
A shopping list of the stuff they had to disassemble and steal.
Yeah, that would be forgery technically, but it would be at like +30.
Yeah, plus the disassembly instructions to make it give credence to it.
Let me just re-roll that.
Forging disassembly instructions, if you don't know how to disassemble them, is going to be much more difficult.
The disassembly instructions were supposed to be part of it, but one second, let me double check something.
Can I search the Can I search one of the boxes for disassembly instructions? Like the or maintenance instructions.
One second.
Oh. Yes,
I'm checking to see if disassembly instructions are included in the Imperial Infantryman's Handbook.
For lasguns, yes. For most other things, no.
It's a shame.
Where did my copy go? Oh, I know it is.
Would there be maintenance instructions included in the box of stuff?
No.
Think like the material safety data sheet on a thing of whatever.
Warning: do not catch mortar shells on fire. That doesn't teach you how to disassemble it.
You know what? I feel like you know what? OSHA doesn't exist on Hive Arcana.
Well, there goes that. Shit. That was supposed to be GM.
GM delete that.
Yeah, we've already seen it.
Oh well.
We've already seen it, and it has been stored in perpetuity because it's been recorded.
Chat, right?
It hasn't actually popped up on the stream yet.
But it's already been recorded, so you know.
Yes, and it will happen eventually, no matter what we do. I suppose you could technically stop the stream, but whatever.
Bagman doesn't have a chainsaw anymore.
Don't.
The delay between stopping the stream and it coming up would be too long, anyways.
And it's up now.
It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, what were we doing?
We were trying to figure out the forging of this note, whether it would include disassembly instructions for something we don't know how to disassemble.
Pull pin and grenade. Drop.
I don't know how to disassemble.
To rapidly disassemble a grenade, remove the pin. Drop the grenade.
Run. Not necessary, but recommended.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Look, no, that is an entirely factual way to initiate a rapid disassembly event of a grenade. It wouldn't even be unexpected.
You got to be real careful though to include the run step, because you give that direction to an Ogrin, and by the time they read the third step, it's the timer's gone off by that point.
Well, the first step is read all steps before starting step 2.
Yeah. It's like run. It's like run, pull pin,
Pull pin.
run.
Yeah.
Run.
is
It's like run. It's like pull
Pick up
pin,
the grenade.
run,
Pull-
drop.
Well, no. So the instructions: pick up the grenade, pull the pin, throw it at the enemy.
Yeah.
Do these in quick succession.
This is why they
You're
give
missing-
Ogrins grenade launchers.
All right.
Nobody knows, of course.
Um.
Am I just gonna have to? Okay, so what if I'm trying to roll to disassemble a bolter, or a heavy bolter? Make the instructions to disassembly of a heavy bolter with the forgery roll.
Are you sure you want to?
Alternatively, you can just have Bagman write the note.
Fuck it, fine. Bagman, write the note.
It's going to be written like how Bagman would do everything.
Your criminal element is probably close enough.
The handwriting included.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to
Brain.
instill it with the maximum amount of mannerisms that I would use in day-to-day speak.
Because there was an misunderstanding about what the roll actually was, do I still need to spend a fate to have not rolled that forgery roll?
Well, is that the role for forging the shopping list, so to say?
So that was, I thought that was the roll to forge the list and the disassembly and all of it. Because that's what we've been talking about doing. I think you probably zoned out.
Quite probably, yeah.
I was kind of zoned out too. But if that was a misunderstanding about what you wanted to have.
So that would be the role to forge the list.
Okay. I think we're just having Bagman do it now anyways. So. Yeah.
So I'd say yes if you're just having Bagman do it now. We can ignore that. Otherwise, no. You're going to either have to fate reroll or
Yeah.
do something else.
Yeah, I think Bagman's just doing it. So.
Mm-hmm. I'm writing it as genuine as I can.
I can lend you the auto quill that I have.
Why didn't I just write it in charcoal?
You know what? You do you.
This is still a forgery test at plus 30 because it's, believe
Me. Is forgery a skill?
A trade.
It's trade for forgery.
Intelligence based, I imagine, then, right?
Yes.
Intelligence at plus 10,
Plus 30.
but minus 20.
You could just click the one of your empty trade buttons. Click the
Oh,
intelligence
I
drop
see.
down. Click an empty trade. Hit plus 30.
That works.
Oh.
Ah! Bagman wins again!
Rit's fucking success.
Actually, it didn't calculate the negative for not having the trade. Either way, that's still a 5.
Should have.
Either way, it's a crit
Yeah, because
success.
your intelligence is not 11.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 31. Yeah. Yeah, no, I did calculate that correctly.
My intelligence is 11.
Who's the Ogrin now?
Probably me.
Okay.
The wall.
So Bagman's going to do his best to imitate how you would disassemble a heavy bolter.
Is the wall just an Ogrin? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cyborg up
his-
Ogrin. Okay.
His machine gun is far more advanced.
Okay.
Depends how advanced
You have left the forgery with a fairly convincing forgery at that.
Signed, bastard, paid. No. Not that dumb.
No, you just signed the other thing apparently.
Okay. Yeah. No. That is going to be left on the body of the plasma gunner.
Okay.
And tuck it into one of his pockets.
Okay.
Yeah, like a chest rig or something. Side isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You tuck it away into one of his pockets.
The guy who stole the podium and during the January 6th riot got prison time. Which is fair, I suppose, but man, that's a great photo.
Viking.
It's surprising that it took this
No.
long, honestly.
The guy who's just smiling and waving as he walks off with the podium, he's just like, that's a real picture right there.
All right.
I don't think it took them this long to find him.
It's just it's surprising how big the backlog of court cases are. I suppose is a more accurate description.
Yeah. So next plan. So now we're doing this. Now we're going to the city.
Yeah, I think
Or
we're
do
just
we have-
about taking our guy back to the passenger carriage and holding a gunpoint in the middle of a bunch of people. Like, I don't know. What's the plan of getting this guy out of here?
Oh, Bagman, what'll it be?
Steal the guy off the train. That's a tough one. We could just gag him and say, "Yep, he's one of our slaves."
I don't think that's.
Paperwork, anything is possible, so I hear.
But
Oh, well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions.
I mean, so yes, basically.
Ooh,
I was saying we just
internet
we
is
did.
having trouble.
Probably.
I would say just finish the journey on this section of the train until the next stop, and then just hop off.
The next stop is the Hive.
Oh right. Hold the e-brake.
And
we don't
walk
really
back?
want to stop in the middle.
Yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. Do we have? Is there any?
Is there security directly at the station?
Well, yeah, there's the Orbites and stuff. Not Orbites, the enforcers hang out around the station. Hello?
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you'd have our descriptions.
I mean, we take him to the station, get off there, get some sort of transport, and get back. Load on like the passenger shipping section, and then take another train back out and stop when the train stops again. Wait until the next train out to the.
My internet is really chugging here, so I'm going to propose that after you finish out the train, we will call the session, just for reference.
Okay.
Yeah, I think some people in here are more tired than others, so it'd be smart.
Or because you're streaming.
I mean,
There are the front and back of this train. So we don't know if they'll be searched before we stop because the guardsmen are knocked out. Can I estimate how long it will take them to wake up?
Go ahead and make a Medicaid check.
Will the med kit affect us at all?
I guess if you want to like take blood samples and run their blood to see the concentration of the toxins, yes. But if you don't want to do that, no.
I just pull a sample from one of them.
Okay.
Just get a.
You'd estimate about an hour.
How long until we get back to the hive?
Like 3 or 4.
And do you know how far it is to the to where the ash wastes or ash people are holding up?
What?
To the bar, the Hive Quintus. Oh, that's a different train, isn't it?
That's where you're going to.
Oh, okay.
So 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Was there a way for us to get him back into our cabin or something without?
We didn't really have a cabin. I don't think. I think we're just like chilling like general pop.
You don't have a cabin. You just have benches.
We could just escort him back to our thing, and then if someone comes around to take security, we just hand them a couple crowns to look the other way.
Always a risk trying to bribe someone. It can work.
Either that or a couple crowns with a note saying, take the crown," or
So
Sure, that would
indentured
convince-
servitude is a thing that exists, as far as I can tell.
yeah.
And I don't know. I suppose okay. Would it be like a cultural, like a hive cultural? Like how are indentured servants seen in the hive, basically? Or is that just something I would know?
That's just
I'm
something
pretty sure
you
this
would
guy
know.
is an indentured servant already.
Um,
So-
indentured servitude is like sort of an accepted poet for highborns, but like when lowborns have indentured servants, it's sort of frowned upon.
I mean, who says we're lowborn?
I've
Your
got a
clothing,
uniform.
the way you talk.
The
Fair.
fact you're here,
Who says Joren is lowborn?
most people.
Well, I could just get dressed up in fancy dress. No one will ask any questions, hopefully.
I mean, impersonating a noble is no.
Yeah.
Well, that's only if they realize.
However, impersonating a member of a noble's household, transporting a new indentured servant to the upper hive, less of a no.
Yeah, that sounds good. I have a form to prove it.
Can I like write up like transfer documents for an like I don't know how will that be like.
Doesn't have to be legitimate; it just has to look official.
Yeah, there wouldn't really be documentation for that.
I
Cool.
suppose what I can drop is the guy's indenture to whatever house it is.
We have an indentured servant for the armory of what house was it? House Hungsner. Right. Yeah, this guy's here to work in your armory. Let us in. We wish to see if you have Valkyries. That plan?
Wow, your armory is full of a lot of stuff stamped Imperial Guard do not touch. Where'd you get this from?
It might work.
Why is there a gun to the back of my head? I don't know what I did wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I can drop some documents to try and make it easier, but I think at this point it's just gonna be a Bagman trying to talk his way out of it. Did we want to actually make a couple items disappear off the train? Because what was
Yeah.
taken?
I think so.
Yeah.
God.
Just toss some stuff overboard. That fits just the description of the list that we made.
It's much easier than that. Bagman, make sure the carapace is on the list, and then each of you take a suit of it.
All right.
Wait. Isn't that better? Is that better than what we have?
Yes. By a lot.
Oh, so now we got carapace armor.
What?
There's a box of carapace on here
There is
somewhere.
a box of carapace on the train, yes.
I'm saying that one of the things that they were after was carapace armor. Everyone gets some carapace, and we'll get a couple of the heavy bolters. And is there
We'll
any
wear
way to?
carapace armor.
Hmm?
I was going to say, if we all wear carapace armor for the train, then people probably, well, they wouldn't get in our way.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna wear it as maybe carry it off, and then we'll
all right,
keep
all
it
right.
somewhere else.
I'll get changed, and then I'll go look for it.
So don't put on the carapace armor yet.
Just like put it in like a duffel bag or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Is this just what we're calling the standard carapace suit, or is this Tempestus carapace?
This is the standard carapace suit.
Yes.
So one each
Enforcer like carapace equivalent.
No.
No.
carapace armor. Page 167 the PDF.
Yeah, so it's a chest plate, green
Or of the
gauntlet
book,
with a
sorry.
helm.
Yeah, it's
So
carapace.
Tempestus carapace is
Yeah, it's carapace helm, carapace gauntlet, carapace greaves, carapace chestplate.
Yes.
all the component parts instead of as a singular suit, because this book
Yeah.
makes sense.
Set carapace armor. And it's weighs 14 kilograms total, which I'm a little overweight at this point for some reason.
So looking at the way the weight is written, because I was looking at this earlier, my understanding is that your carry weight is less about your standard equipment that you're carrying and more about items that you want to carry on top of that. So what the book says is everyone should be able to carry like a main weapon, a backup weapon, a bit of equipment, and your armor.
Okay.
And then anything beyond that, like that's when it starts getting. That's when you should start tracking. Is
Worst
what the book
case
says.
scenario, I can just carry it. I have 40 kilos available.
Okay.
Oh, could you hold my old flak armor? I'm gonna get changed into the fancy robes.
Do
uniform.
all of you guys have something to put over your armor?
I have the like my what's it called? What the hell do you think that like you see the cowboys wear in movies that
Poncho?
poncho?
Duster?
Yeah.
Poncho is not good enough. Do you have something longer?
No.
Okay,
Wait,
if
so
you
we're
don't-
carrying so this is we're not supposed to be wearing the carapace armor at this moment, right?
That was my suggestion, Bagman.
What?
Unless you have all-encompassing robes, to not wear the carapace
I'm
armor
not
until we
changing
get
into
off.
the carapace.
Oh, okay.
Changing into a fancy dress.
Oh, right, that.
A uniform of an extinct noble house.
Okay, so basically we'll get a set of carapace off. Is there any way to mark like where something ends up in the desert, or is it just as soon as it's off the train, it's gone? I'd really rather not just waste it.
Take a
Period.
bearing on the nearest landmark. Should be
Yeah,
easy
you
enough.
could do something like that.
It's going to be a land nav check, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, if we're going for...
Does anyone have a very
It already
rough-
looks scuffed, so we could just take some of the consumable stuff in bulk. So grab a couple grenades from each case, stuff like that.
There's a bunch of stim and other stuff. Why don't we just take like stuff that is easily resaleable,
Someone
You
say
know,
draw?
missions foobar, grab what you can. We're going right now.
Someone say draw?
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like some stim.
Yeah.
So there's, I think it's, I don't know if it's 100 cases of stim or 100 units of stim. My notes are not clear on this.
It's 100 cases of stem.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple doses of stim.
Yeah. So
How many doses in each case, and how big is a case?
I will consult this to give you accurate information.
How big are the grab sheets? Is my other question.
I'm gonna take 2 doses of stim. What page is that on?
What page?
Shoot, I don't know.
James?
So 174, I think. Yeah,
Something
174
like that. Sounds right.
Of the book or PDF?
book.
Okay, thank you. Stim.
Stim, basically, off the top of my head,
Okay.
it removes negative
Oh, wow.
effects.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Yeah, it removes some good effects.
It's addictive. though.
Removes. Yeah, okay.
Okay. A case of stim is probably like 24 inches by 10 inches by like 5 inches and has 48 doses in it.
All right,
Okay, so I think, okay. Is there a way to like bundle up the carapace so that it's not obviously a suited carapace we're just walking through the hallways with?
Depends on how much time you're
imagine you
taking and what you mean by not obviously.
Like, okay. There's not like a pile of duffel bags around somewhere, is there?
Well, Kleber has a backpack, I imagine.
I do have a backpack.
I don't think a backpack can hold 3 suits of carapace and like 100 units of stim or something.
Well, I know yeah. And some flak
The
armor.
backpack gives me 30 modifier to my carry weight.
Yeah,
Okay.
it can carry
So
2
that's
things.
the weight, but what about the bulk?
I'd say bulk-wise, the backpack could fit 1 suit of carapace armor if it's all sort of folded in to itself.
Wouldn't any of these giant shipping containers happen to have just? Okay, 1 second. Did we establish how long it was going to be before the guardsman woke up?
An hour.
An hour.
Okay, we got a little bit of time. Were any of these boxes filled with like imperial robes? Just like
I have rag
good.
robes. They don't look nice.
Robes, duffels, backpacks, anything like that.
They're long rag robes with a hood. They're designed for making you look like a pauper. Well, I say designed. They're specifically not designed.
I mean, as long as they would fully conceal the carapace, I think it'd be fine.
They'll fully conceal the whole body.
So 1 person can move their carapace out. And we'll just have to like carry the flak armor, I guess.
Bundle it up, make it a hunchback.
I guess. Yeah, none of these have backpacks in them, right, Chris?
Wait,
By any chance?
how about I undress our prisoner and redress him in my armor?
Could do that.
I would be an official in, good-looking robes, transporting a prisoner who is obviously a pirate.
That could work.
Joren's just gonna grab. Oh, he's just kind of directing all this. I don't know if he's actually gonna get it. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
I do have another idea as far as the prisoner goes. I'm going to wiggle one of my vials of Obscura.
Wiggle?
Yeah, like hold it in my hand, wave it side to side.
Oh.
Much safer to transport them while they're not all with it. And
I kind of trust. I mean, at this point, like I have, other than him being a bad guy, I have a that's not a bad guy, but him being the thing. I don't have a reason to trust him because we
he's a prisoner.
yeah, he's a prisoner, but I don't think
prisoner.
he's a prisoner, but I don't think he has any reason to betray us yet because we
Except for the fact that we killed all his friends.
we made a deal with them.
Did we?
Yeah, I mean,
Not really.
I think we could use Obscura for a productive reason for once.
yeah.
What's happening?
Productive use of Morphine. Oh, meaning Obscura.
Yes.
Sorry.
I have Obscura. We have a prisoner. Might be easier to handle said prisoner when they're not all with it.
In the dreamlike state, yes.
Sure, whatever. Joren's
It'll
just gonna
stop him from
grab
yelling out. We're gonna gag him anyway.
and some stim.
I took a couple. I took 2 doses. 2.
Ah. It seems I have